This video is going to cover the topic of describing algebra. Be sure the date and topic are at the top of your page. The essential question of the video is what terms and tools do we use for algebra? And we'll start this video by defining a few key words. The first word is, of course, just algebra. And when people think of algebra, they often think it is very complicated math. They think it's something that's really challenging. But at its core, algebra is simply solving for something we don't know. And we use algebraic thinking all the time, even if we don't know it. For example, if Gray has $50 to spend and he knows he wants $10 worth of popcorn, but the rest of it he can spend on $4 tickets, if Gray's thinking about how many tickets he can buy, he's using algebra. And he would use that algebra to work backwards to decide how many tickets he can afford. We call this algebraic thinking. So we do it all the time, whether we recognize it or not. When we see algebra specifically in math class, though, we often think about a math where people use letters. And these letters are called variables. And the letters are used to represent values that we don't yet know, things that we're trying to figure out. They're kind of like a placeholder. They hold the spot of a number until we can figure out what it is. And so you see things like x, right? And that x is just holding a spot until we can figure out what it is. But we call it a variable because it might be worth one number in a certain situation, but then when we look at it later on, it's used as a different number in a different situation. We've actually used variables before when we've talked about inequalities. And remember, inequalities are things like a number that's less than 5, right? We've seen that before. Those inequalities we've seen before are when we're comparing two values where one is more or less than the other, right? So when we see like x is less than 5, that variable x could be replaced by anything that's less than 5. It could be 4.5, -10, 0, 1.2, right? Any of those numbers could work. And when inequalities are used to show when one thing is more or less than the other, equations show that two values are equal, right? So if I said x plus 5 equals 6, that would be an equation, right? That means the value of 6 is equal to 5 plus something else, right? And the variable is there until we can figure out what it is. And I'm guessing that most of you can figure out that x must be worth 1, because then 1 and 5 would be equal to 6. And in that case, right, if x is equal to 1, because that 1 could fit right there and make that equation true, we call that a solution. So a solution is a number that can replace a variable and make an equation true. And the last term that we'll talk about here today is expression. And that's kind of like an equation. It's a math statement. It has numbers, it might have variables, it has operations, but it doesn't have an equal sign. So it's not telling us that two things are equal. So an example of an expression might be x plus 10. We know there's something and we're adding 10 to it, but we don't know what that whole value would be worth. We don't know what it is equal to. Let's take a quick moment to see if we can match the term with an example. So I have variable, equation, expression, solution, and inequality. And on the other side, I have 5 examples. Take a moment and see if you can draw a line to the word and the term that match. And then when you're ready, unpause the video and see how you did. How'd you do? Were you able to match these up? The one that might have been a little tricky was this one here, of course, that said x equals 3. It looks like perhaps an equation, but it was meant to show that that was a solution to something. So the x was the value of 3, for example. And we'll be working with equations and variables a lot in our algebra practice, and we have seen that a hanger can be a good tool to keeping a visual of two sides staying balanced. If we have an equation, I've labeled it here as our equation, of x plus 8 equals 90, then I have a variable, a letter of x, that's waiting for me to figure out what it is, right? What number plus 8 equals 90? So I'm going to go ahead and draw our hanger. And on one side, I'm going to draw a symbol that will hold my variable. So I'm going to put my x right here in this box. Then I'm going to also include a block, maybe it'll be a circle this time, that has the number 8 in it, right? Because I know one side of my equation has x and an 8. The other side needs to be 90. So I'm going to make this a circle as well, but a little bit bigger to represent that 90 is bigger than 8, right? From there, I can think about what number I need to add to 8 to get to 90. And one thing that might help me is that I could think about subtraction, actually. I could think, well, let me take the weight of 8 off of my hanger, right? I just want x to figure out what that is by itself, so maybe I should take the 8 off. But if I do that, my hanger will start to tip. So I'm going to take 8 off of the other side as well. And if I do that, if I subtract 90 minus 8, I will find that x is balanced with just 82 on the other side. And that, of course, would be my solution, right? The x must have been 82 because 82 plus 8 equals 90. We'll do another equation, and this time we'll have 3x equals 21. And I'm using the variable x again, so I'll go ahead and mark that down. And I'm going to set up a hanger again, and this time it's going to be slightly different. One thing to notice is this 3 here. That 3 tells me how many x's there need to be on my hanger. So I actually need to draw this with 1, 2, 3 x's. And if I were a more careful or accurate drawer, those would probably look a little more similar to one another. And on the other side, I would draw something that shows it's holding 21, right? Because those 3 x's have the same weight as 21 on the other side, according to our equation. And just as a side note, something we'll talk about in the future is that 3 has a fancy name, right? The number of x's we have when it has that 3 there is called the coefficient. So we'll talk more about that. But I've set up my hanger, and now I need to look for a solution. And one thing I could think about is that I know that I have 3 of these, and so this 21 needs to be split into 3 groups so that I can balance this evenly among the 3 boxes there. So one thing I could do is divide 21 by 3 to figure out my solution. And 21 divided by 3 would be 7. So the solution to that equation would be 7, because 7 3 times would equal the same thing as 21. And so I'll leave you with one for you to try on your own. I've written the equation. I would like you to tell me what your variable is. I would like you to complete the activity by adding it to the hanger, and then I would like you to write down what your solution is. And remember that the essential question was that we needed to look for some terms and tools that we could use for algebra. There are a lot of terms here that we'll be reviewing together, but be sure to write any questions or wonderings that you might have down, and be sure I can see your answer to this question when I check your assignment.